Starting with the name of Allah, the most compassionate and most merciful. Dear student, Assalamu alaikum. I hope everyone is fine and doing well along with your daily life activities. قدرمندو محصلینو خدای وکړي چې روغ صحت ولرئ تر دې دمه پورې د دې درس په ادامه موږ تاسو نن درس چې دا هغه سوشل انسټیټیوشنز یا ټولنیزې ادارې چې دې کې موږ په دې باندې بحث کوو ټولنیزې ادارې څه ته وایي د دې ټولنیزو ادارو مشخصات څه شی دي د دې دندې یا وظایف څه دي په ټولنه کې دوی د څه دپاره تاسیس شوي دي د اداره ټولنیزې ادارې څنګه رامنځته شوي دي نو په دې باندې موږ تاسو نن ورځې بحث دی لکه تاسو پوهیږئ چې انساني ټولنه کې اولینه ټولنیزه اداره چې رامنځته شوې ده هغه کورنۍ ده یا فامیل دی کورنۍ یا فامیل د ټولنیزې ادارې اولنی مثال دی نو د انسان په انساني ټولنه کې چې د انسانانو د ضرورت د رفع کولو دپاره چې کوم ادارات کار کوي خپل فعالیت ترسره کوي تر څو مشخص اهداف د ادارې لاسته راشي او دوی وکولی شي د انسانانو ژوند ته پرمختګ ورکړي او انساني ژوند ته رفاه او خوشحالي وروبخي نو د انسانانو ضرورتونه رفع کړي نو هغه 5 ادارې دي چې په هغه کې اولین زموږ تاسو ټولنیزه اداره یا سوشل انسټیټیوشنز چې دا هغه کورنۍ ده اولین اداره اجتماعی که در جامعه انسانی به وجود آمده او فامیل است که فامیل باز وظایف خود را به شکل نرمال انجام میده و نیازمندی های اعضای فامیل خود را و جامعه را برآورده میتونه دوم اداره اجتماعی که هستند و همراه ما اداره اقتصادی هستند که بدون از اقتصاد انسان و نی جامعه زنده میمانه و نی موجودیت جامعه امکان دارد به این خاطر ادارات اقتصادی فعالیت های خود را انجام میده در عرصه بخش اقتصاد کار میکند تا که همه نیازمندی های اقتصادی انسان ها را مرفوع بسازد و سومین اداره که هستند خودش religious institutions یا مذهب هستند که برای ما و شما توسط این مذهب یک راه را نشان میده که با اساس اون را ما پیش بریم فعالیت های خود را انجام میدیم ضرورت های مربوط به مذهب و دین چیزی که هستند و برای ما برآورده میتواند و ما مربوط به یک مذهب می باشیم که و مذهب خودش چی را میگه در دنیا چقدر مذاهب داریم ما کدام مثلا مذاهب بچی به خاطر وظایفشان چی هستند که مشخصا ما در وقت خودش بحث میکنیم مثلا اداره چهارمی که ما هستند اداره تحصیلی یا تعلیمی هستند که ایجاد شده به خاطر نیازمندی های در بخش تحصیل فعالیت خود انجام میده تا که جامعه پیشرفت بکند پیش بره و جامعه انسانی به طرف یک پیشرفت گامزن باشد اما قسم ما همچنان اداره سیاسی داریم که از لحاظ سیاست جامعه را تنظیم و ترتیب میکند و نیازمندی های مردم را مرفوع میسازد پس اینمی 5 ادارات social institutions ما شما داریم که these 5 social institutions are operating in human lives and these 5 institutions are operating in human life and they are working for a particular purpose in order to fulfill the basic needs and the particular needs of people in a given geographical area where the peoples are living. So the first institution that is family institutions that the existence of family becomes an existence of society and finally it goes beyond the boundaries and it makes the globes and the globalizations. So the first family institution, after family we have economic institutions that they are specifically working in the field of economics in order to fulfill the needs, financial needs of people in the societies to support financially each other. So many economic institutions are operating in the society. And the third one is religious institutions who are playing a major roles working like a control mechanism just to control the behaviors and conduct of human in the societies. It is a complete platform that show us in which direction we have to go forward. As well as beside that, we have the fourth educational institutions that is also providing some basic needs of the human societies, and just through help of education and educating the peoples, we can proceed and go ahead, and we can develop the nations and countries. Many of the problem will be resolved by getting up the education. So these education institutions are there transforming and educating the generations, like in whether that is like, for example, formal or informal education, but still they are going to pave the way to make a prosperous and developed society. So educational institutions, schools, universities and colleges and madrasa are established for a particular purpose to educate the people and finish the problems with the help of this education. So that is another institutions. The same as we have the fifth one, that is political institutions, which are playing a major roles in human societies, working as a control mechanism in order to bring peace and order and stability, bring management in the life of people. So that is political institutions. So these are the five basic institutions that are working in human societies. So now that we're going to go ahead with the meaning of institution. So what does institution means? The term institution is usually used by a lay persons to indicate a particular established formal organizations such as a school, a hospital, a prisons. However, in sociology it may be used to refers to a well-established and structured patterns of behaviors or relationship that is accepted as a fundamental parts of a culture. For example, such as a culture, such as marriage. It may also be used to describe a custom, practice or law that is accepted and used by many people. So institutions have many meanings, but sociologically we are talking about it is a well-established and structured patterns of behaviors and relationship. This is what is accepted by the people in the society as an important and basic parts of the cultures. Like, for example, marriage is itself an institutions that is being taking place in the family institution. So family comes after marriage. It means first the couples get together. After the social approval, they becomes husband and wife. So this husband and wife makes a family. So that's why sociologically when we talk about the institution, so that is called a structural and our organized patterns of behavior and relationship, and these behavior and relationships are established and these are accepted by the people as a part of the culture in the society. So that is called institution. While a common meaning of institution is that which is used by the common person, that it is these are those organizations or institutions which are established, founded for a particular purpose, like a formal organization, like hospitals, like prisons, like schools. This is also an example of institution where formally it is established and they are working there for a particular purpose in order to fulfill the needs of a society. While social institution is defined differently by different social scientists, as a social institution is a structure of society that is organized to meet the needs of people through a well-established procedures, or we can say that social institutions, structural and cultural patterns to satisfy the basic needs of humanity. As it is defined by another social scientist, Landis, social institutions are formal cultural structures. These are devised to meet some basic social needs of humans in the societies. As well as we can say that social institution is a set of complex social norms and social values, belief and social relationship that arises in response to the needs of humans in society. These institutions met the social and cultural needs of human beings. ادارات اجتماعی یک ساختار ترکیبی جامعه هستند که ترکیبی جامعه هستند که به خاطر اهداف مشخص ایجاد شده باشد و به خاطر رفع کردن نیازمندی های مردم در جامعه که زندگی میکنند، به این خاطر ادارات اجتماعی ایجاد میشود. در هر یک نظام مغلقی هستند که در اوجا نرم های اجتماعی، ارزش های اجتماعی، همین قسم روابط اجتماعی صورت میگیرد. بالاخره امی تعلقات اجتماعی و امی چیزایی که اجتماعی صورت میگیرد، این با اساس این که با جامعه عکس العمل نشان بده که نیازمندی های در جامعه که از مردم برای ضرورت در او را برآورده و پوره بکند، به این خاطر ادارات اجتماعی ایجاد می شود. که ما گفتیم اگر مثال ما بگیم که فامیل یک از اداره اجتماعی هستند، خب ایجاد شده یک ساختار اجتماعی جامعه هستند که با اساس ضرورت های نیازمندی های انسانی به ایجاد می آید و بالاخره فعالیت خود را انجام میده تا که بتواند امو هدف خود را به دست بیارد. So mainly all these social institutions are established for one main purpose, just to fulfill the basic needs of human in the society. So social institutions can be very big, it can be very small, it can be macro like the states, or it can be like micro like the family. So state or government, it's a big one, in family it's a small micro one. So social institutions provide a very clear identity to our human existence and make our social life very much vibrant. The most important social institution that is including, like as earlier we discussed about, that is family, that is within family, then we have marriage, we have the kingship system, political parties, banks, factories, religions, economics. So these are all the example of political institutions. So there are some of the characteristics of social institutions. Characteristics of social institution یا مشخصات ادارات اجتماعی یا د ټولنیزو ادارو ځانګړتیاوې کومې دي، پس شي باندې موږ د پیژندل شوی کولای شو وپېژنو. نو دلته موږ راځو وایو چې satisfaction of specific needs، زموږ تاسو خاص ضرورتونه پوره کوي. prescription of rules، خاص قواعد لري. culture symbols، یو خاص فرهنګي سمبول درلودونکې وي هر اداره. universalities، مطلب په ټوله نړۍ کې دا ادارات شتون لري. social in natures، د دې اداراتو اجتماعي اداراتو طبیعت چې د اجتماعي د سکه انسانان پکې کار کوي، فعالیت کوي. همدارنګه oral and written، د دې قوانین کې دي چې په لیکنې بڼه سره وي یا هم په شفاهي ډول سره وي. permanent intelligence، دا اجتماعي ادارات همیشه موقت نه وي، دا دایمي دي. او controlling agency، او دا هم د یو تنظیم کوونکي ادارې په شکل په ټولنه کې فعالیت کوي. اوس راځو د دې یو وایي چې satisfaction of specific needs. So every institution to satisfy some specific needs of the individual. For example, family meets the needs of procreations, rearings and socializing children, and providing economic security to its member, while the government meets the needs to maintain law and order within our societies. So the first characteristics of the social institution is to satisfy the basic needs of humans who are living in the societies. Secondly, prescription of rules. So every institution prescribes certain rules and regulation that ought to be followed. For example, marriage is an institution which is govern the relation between the husband and wife. Rules pertaining to match selection. Similarly, school or college as an educational institution have their own rules and procedures. In هر اداره یک قوانین خاص را دارد. به این خاطر هر اداره اجتماعی که ایجاد می شود یک از مشخصاتی که باید داشته باشد قوانین خاص را باید داشته باشد. Culture symbol. So every institution has their own culture symbol, which can be either material or it can be non-material in natures. For example, a country has a flag and a national anthem as its symbol. So a school has its own motto in uniforms. So هر اداره اجتماعی با اساس یا سمبول سمبول فرهنگی شناخته می شود. مثلا اگر ما بگیم که افغانستان در مجموع چون در اینجا پولیتیکل انستیتیوشنز یعنی یک اداره سیاسی هستند، نظام هستند در اینجا، این نظام توسط بیرق خود افغانستان در جهان شناخته می شود. همین قسم سرود ملی توسط سرود ملی افغانستان در دنیا شناخته می شود که سرود ملی خاص را دارد. همچنان هر مکتبی که اگر شما داخل مکتب بروین یک شعار خاص دارد، یک یونیفرم خاص دارد، یک نظام خاص را دارد. پس ما میگیم که هر اجتماعی دارد باید یک cultural symbol خاص داشته باشد. Universality, it means that these institutions can be found in every society, at every stage of social developments, in every parts of the world you can find, and it is social in nature. Social in nature. So ما میگیم که همه ادارات اجتماعی چون ما کلمه اجتماعی استفاده میکنیم در طبیعت هم یا اجتماعی هستند. So collective activity of the people lead to the formation of institutions. So they are essentially social in nature. در همه ادارات به شکل دست جمعی افراد در اوجه گذاشته شده فعالیت خود را انجام میده و به خاطر اینکه ضرورت های جامعه را پورا کنه یا در طبیعتا اینمی ادارات افرادی که در اوجه کار میکنند اجتماعی هستند، سوشل هستند. So oral and written. So institutions may persist in the form of oral or written, but old societies or primitive society were highly oral as compared to modern complex societies. در گذشته همه چقدر جامعه و جامعه که وجود داشت همه اصول و شرایطشان که بود با شکل شفاهی بود، ولی امروز ما در جامعه معاصر اگر ببینیم قوانین نوشتنی هستند، بالای کاغذ است، کاغذ وجود داره، چیز شفاهی نیست. اگر چیز شفاهی است ولی نوشتنی هم هستند. So social institution can be as a oral and as a written. Another things ادارات اجتماعی موقت نمی باشد. این همیشه هر جایی که باشد، مثلا یا مثال فامیل اگر ما بتیم این دائمی هستند، هر جایی که هست ما فامیل است. So institutions are being long lasting and rigid in nature. Although institutions change and vary across the world and within different society and different cultures and different modifications in them take place at very slow pace and do not occur suddenly. So almost every parts of the country, every parts of the world, institutions are rigid and permanent, but it varies society to societies and culture to cultures. But modification is taking place. Maybe in some society this modification changes will take very rapidly, very fast, but in some society it might be very slow. So controlling agencies, all these social institutions are being formed, established in order to control the societies. So it's a controlling mechanism for the societies. For example, religion, law, morality, legislations. These are all those points which are with the help of these we can control the societies. We are controlling the behavior of the individual, and thereby it helps in maintaining social order and bring a stability in the societies. So family is working like a controlling agency that is controlling its family members. These family members then are collectively working to control the societies. Like for example, government is a controlling agency controlling all the human conduct and activity, limiting the human behavior to some specific particular directions. The same is education and the same is religions and law. So that's why it's called that it's a controlling agency. So types of social institution, as earlier in my first slide we discussed about, there are 5 major social institutions which is operating in 5 basic areas of our life. The one which is determining our kinships, our identity, that is family institutions. The one which is providing the legitimate use of power, giving authority and power to the peoples, that is political institutions. And the one which is distributing and regulating the distribution of goods and services in the societies to do an equal distribution of wealth and resources in the society, that is economic institutions. And as well the one which is transmitting knowledge from one generation to the next that is school, university, college, and madrasa, that is called educational institutions. And the last but not least, in regulating our relation to the supernatural powers, that is our religious institutions, which is controlling and conducting in order to limit our human behaviors to go in a particular directions, to do and make our relations with the God Almighty Allah, that is religious institutions. So there are some functions of social institutions. Functions of social institutions یعنی وظایف ادارات اجتماعی چی هستند؟ These institutions reproduce human race, good services in tradition and social life. The first function is reproductions. Human race is reproducing in family. Material and goods services are produced and distributed by economic institutions. Power and authority, status and rule are reproducing by political institutions. Values, belief, rituals and ceremonies are the product of religious institutions. And educational institutions produce various techniques and way of living for the people. So the first job of or function of institution, social institution, is reproduction. اولین وظیفهش که است او تولید هستند، یا تولید نسل است، یا تولید جنس و خدمات است، یا تولید صلاحیت و قدرت است که به انسانات جامعه میده، و یا همچنان تولید طریقه های مختلف متد هستند که توسطی او ما به انسان آموزش میدیم بالاخره و زندگی خود را به پیش میبره. و اولین وظیفه که هستند function of social institution, that is reproductions. Second is what satisfy the basic needs of society. دوم وظیفه‌اش که است او برآوردن همه فعالیت‌های برآوردن و همه نظم‌دهی‌های جامعه، چیزی که اساسی ضرورت‌های جامعه هستند او را پورا می‌کند. و در ضمن وظیفه دیگریش که هستند او سوشالایزیشن هستند، یعنی تربیه هستند، تربیه افراد و اعضای فامیل هستند. این هم از وظایف اداره اجتماعی هستند. So all the institutions possess social norms by transmitting them to people participating in them, the process that start from birth till death. Or we can say that the learning of the ways of life of a group is the socialization. So socialization of individuals start in the family and they come out of the family and get exposure to other institutions. So the other function that is being processed by the social institution is socializations. Policy making. Social institutions are making the policy. So like for example the state or government is making the policy. So these policy may be for the security and welfare of the people. And there are three branches of responsible for making the policy and for the implementations. That is legislation, which makes the law. قوی مقننه، judiciary قوی قضایه، executive قوی اجرای سیاسی قوی که هستند جور شده به خاطر این که انسان ها در جامعه زندگی به شکل نرمال و پیش ببرد، کدام مشکل نداشته باشد. اگر مشکل پیدا میشه به مجرم جزایش داده شود، به کسایی که کار درست انجام میده مکافات شود. این یک پالیسی جور میکنه، پالیسی توسط پولیتیکل انستیتوشن جور میشه که خود یک وظایف ادارات اجتماعی هستند. همچنان to educate the peoples، انسان ها را آموزش میده که ما گفتیم که داود مثال education institution آورده میتونیم. So institutions are provided to educate the people. Education institution provides school, university to increase literacy rate and aware the people. So religious institution also guides and shapes our personality of the young. It teaches morality and ethics. So to educate the people, this is another function of the social institution. Making the personality development of an individual is another example for the function of social institutions. So these institutions are shaping the personality of individual. They makes the peoples to be the greatest one and to live in the society So that is what another function of social institution. All the social institutions are playing their major role for social control. So they are, if that is family, if that is politics, if that is religion, but these are all working together in order to bring a social order and stability in human life, and to controls the human conduct and activity to limit their behaviors. So the main aim of human society and its institution is what? To maintain control and order. All the institution has its rules and regulations. These institutions have its own social structure, and the people do their activity according to them, these rules and regulations. So that is what the function of social institution. And transmission of culture is another function of social institution. They do transmit the culture from one generation to another, whether that is family, whether that is educational institutions. So all of them are working just to make the people aware from their cultures. So all these institutions are the stores of culture, norms and value. These are transmitted through different institutions from generation to generation. So every generation adds something to it from its experience while passing on to the next generation. Social source of entertainment. All the social institutions is a source of entertainment in which there is a psychological satisfaction is being provided for its family members and members of our societies. So they arrange some entertainment activities and programs, some games and other festivals in order to facilitate and help their members to be the best among in the societies. So these are all functions of the social institutions. So mainly social institutions are established for a particular purpose. These are important for the existence of societies. They will help us, they will help the individual in the societies to go ahead with a great life, enjoy the life, to have a developed and prosperous life, and there is no any problem they are being faced with it. امروز دانسی ما بود ادارات اجتماعی که با مقاصد خاص ایجاد شده و مقاصد خاصش کوشش میکنه که مهدف خودش به دست بیاره تا که انسانها در جامعه زندگی بهترین داشته باشد. نو زمونږ تاسو ټولنیز ادارې که کور دی که مکتب دی که مذهب دی دغه ټولې ادارې چې دي په خاطر رامنځته شوي تر څو په انسان د انساني ټولنه کې پرمختګ او د یو خوشحاله ژوند رامنځته کولو لپاره دوی خپلې هڅې ګړندۍ کړي دي او ګړندۍ کوي تر څو دوی د انساني ژوند لپاره یو زمینه سازي وکړي تر څو انسانان ټول ضرورتونه مرفوع رفع شي او دوی یو خوشحاله ژوند ولري. تر بیا په الله سپارم. Thank you for your patience and attentions. Be in touch. If you face any questions, any problem, be in contact with me that I could give you a response on the spots. Thank you. Allah Hafiz. Wish you all the best.